Now for most hunters, September, well, that's bow season. That's when you get out in the field with your bow and arrows, but not in Kansas. And that's why I love Kansas. They give firearm hunters just a little window there at the end of the month to go after whitetails. Of course, you have to use the old smoke pole, the muzzle loader, but it does give you an opportunity to hunt bachelor groups. And that's something very few places, very few states, even provinces allow you to do with a firearm in hand.
Are there any other states, because per my knowledge, Kansas is the only one that comes to mind, that you can hunt essentially before bow with a firearm, such as muzzleloader season in early September?
Well, there are other states, but almost all of them are does, and they're like those cull management hunts. You don't get to go after big bucks, and Luke, you know like I do, Kansas has big bucks. Now, this part of the state, it's the southwest corner. Now, to pattern bucks like this, I stood back from afar and watched them for several days. And you know what I was looking for? Basically, water. I finally found the place. One bend in this entire long creek that had a little water, and that's where I set up my ambush. Now, this buck, when he come out in the afternoon, he was heading for that quarter-mile long stretch that had puddles all over, and it was up to me now to put the sneak on him for a smoke pole ending.
I'm going to give you a little bit of credit here, so listen up and pay attention. I've learned, and oftentimes through you, that when you sit back on the first couple days of a hunt, however long it takes to figure out what these deer are doing, it is time well spent. This deer is obviously a stud, and I've got all kinds of respect for huge 8-pointers. He's clearly a mature deer. You've done your homework. Sit tight. This deer's all yours, Mark.
Here's the setup. I finally found this buck coming at me, but it's tall grass. Do you take the shot or do you pass?
You're pushing a good-sized bullet, even through muzzleloader. I mean, it's still moving right along, and it's grass. It's not like you're shooting through all kinds of sticks. I'd be taking the shot all day long. Within 100 yards, do it.
Smoke. Yes, I took the shot. My bipod had boosted me up enough. I'm actually right on the cusp of the bank, so I'm shooting down an alleyway where there's not quite as much grass as actually appears with the shot. And this big buck, oh, he surprises me when I come up to him. He is way better than I imagined, and I imagined him pretty big.
This is North American Hunter Field Test powered by Stuff Stuff. Everything you see here has been tested and approved by members of North American Hunting Club. If you want the latest in new gear, this is information you can trust. When you hit the woods, the one thing you never want to leave behind is your license. The Never Without license holder includes an LED safety light as well as a safety strobe, and also has a dual-sided backup knife, so you're never without some of the most important things in the field. With the SRB Field Rest, you don't ever have to set your gun on the ground again. It can be used anytime you're hunting in shallow water, on the ground, or in a blind. You want to protect your firearms from rust? Well, the Z-Core vacuum bags are here to protect your firearms from contamination and corrosion. These vacuum bags are fail-safe protection and, depending on use, can protect your firearms from rust for up to 5 years. To learn more about these products or to have your products tested, join me at huntingclub.com. Field Test, powered by Stuff Stuff.
Seeing all that snow, it still makes me shiver. And you might get the shivers watching next week's episode. North American Hunters editor Gordy Cron and retired NFL football player Joe Jaravicius. They're on Vancouver Island and the Black Bears are giving them the slip. If you still need a little bit of that hunting fix, remember, always go to huntingclub.com 24/7. I'm Mark Kayser, and always hunt extreme.
North American Hunter is brought to you by Can-Am, the ride says it all. Matthews Archery, catch us if you can. By Ruger, arms makers for responsible citizens. By Nikon, the trusted name in optics. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. And by Zippo Outdoor, for a better experience. Closed captioning brought to you by The Gun Tool from Real Avid.